Hello there, my name is Dorothy Pang. I'm a licensed acupuncturist with over 23 years of experience providing acupuncture for different conditions. And today I wanted to talk about how does acupuncture work? I want to let you know that, a lot of people wonder, how can placing tiny needles actually relieve pain, boost fertility, or help you to sleep better and make you feel relaxed, right? That seems a little unlikely to people who have not tried acupuncture, and I can't blame you. If you've never tried acupuncture, you are in good company. I see a lot of people who are newbies and have never tried acupuncture before. So don't worry if that's you. Hopefully I can help demystify acupuncture a little bit and I can help you feel a little more comfortable with the process. So what is acupuncture? It is a placement of tiny sterile needles into very specific body parts to help elicit a particular response from the body. Most of the time, what we're looking to do is relax the muscles, relieve pain and inflammation, or enhance blood flow in order to promote fertility or other enhancement of body functions or healing. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. So acupuncture has been used in China for over 2,000 years. So we know that it works and we know what it does for the body, although sometimes science hasn't quite figured out exactly the chemical mechanisms behind it. But we do know that it works because Chinese have been doing it for over 2,000 years. Acupuncture, the experience of it, a very common question is, does acupuncture hurt? And I would have to say, generally, no, I wouldn't say it hurts at all. Most people's experience with needles are injection needles. And when they get injections, your doctor or nurse or whoever it is trying to push fluid into your body with a really large needle, so big that it has an empty space inside to push water or other fluids in with. And with acupuncture, we're trying to avoid your blood vessels, avoid your nerves, because those are a little more sensitive. And also, we're not pushing any fluids. And the needles that we use are very tiny. I do have another video showing how tiny acupuncture needles are. If you're interested, I'll be sure and link that one in the comments or description. So don't worry. Generally speaking, acupuncture does not hurt because we're just placing really, really tiny needles into the body. I do it very, very quickly so that the body barely knows what's happening. From the Chinese medicine viewpoint, how does acupuncture work? When we put a needle in an acupuncture point, it moves the body's energy systems. It encourages movement of energy and blood, and therefore we can use that blood to do more things. And when we have better blood flow through a particular body part, we're going to have things enhanced. The performance will be enhanced. So if you have an injured body part, we'll get more blood to the area, which would help the injury to heal faster. If you have a tense body part, usually it'll help to bring more blood flow there and to relax that body part. If there's pain or inflammation, we get some chemicals going in there that help to relieve pain and also relieve inflammation. So if there's redness, usually that'll fade. If there's irritability in the area, that'll also fade. And we don't particularly know all of the mechanisms as to how acupuncture does it, but we do observe that it does happen. We are able to see with certain thermography that we do get increased blood flow to an area, and that seems to be very beneficial. And we do know that in the brain, we have different chemicals that are produced when we get acupuncture that are related to pain relief and also relaxation. So we've seen changes in norepinephrine and serotonin, for example, in the brain that will happen when we get acupuncture. So when we get acupuncture, we also relax, which sounds a little counterintuitive because most people don't find needles to be the most relaxing object that they've ever experienced. And I completely understand that point of view. But again, we're using really different needles when we do acupuncture. And what we're trying to do with those needles is completely different than at an injection clinic. When acupuncturists use needles, what we're trying to do is just direct the body to do something with a really tiny needle. And we know that when we get acupuncture, our brain releases relaxing, happy chemicals. So we get a little bit of endorphin release, kind of like when some people get a little runner's high, that's an endorphin release. And we also get a flushing of stress from the body. So when we are stressed, we activate a chemical cascade. So it's not just one thing, but there's like a process. One chemical triggers another. And so there's like a hormone cascade that happens when we experience something stressful. Acupuncture can stop that hormone cascade, so you can actually relax, because it's really hard to get your body to stop making hormones when it's stressed. It's something most people can't control, but acupuncture stops that process and helps people feel better. And so what conditions does acupuncture help with? A lot of different things because of the nature of what it's doing. So it helps with pain. It helps to enhance function because we get increased blood flow. That's a big part of how it helps with fertility. It helps people to relax, which also enhances function in different ways. So organs work better when we're relaxed, right? Because when we're relaxed, our body redirects resources to healing and to digestion and to reproduction. So we get a lot of different benefits from acupuncture, because sometimes people think, how can acupuncture help with so many different things? It's because when we're relaxed, kind of all of our organs have the ability to work better. But when we're tense and blood isn't flowing, we just get suboptimal function across all the body systems because the blood's just not flowing, right? The muscles just aren't getting optimal nutrients, and neither are the organs. And that means that the result you get from your muscles and your organs is suboptimal. But when we get acupuncture, we relax, we enhance blood flow, and so we get better function across the board, because we can kind of enhance blood flow to any area we're hoping to target. Different acupuncture points would target different areas. Each acupuncture point has its own list of functions that it does, and so as an acupuncturist, we choose our acupuncture points based on their function and for their location. Let me check my notes here. So how would you know if acupuncture is right for you? Well, if you have a pain that's been sticking around for a while, more than about 7 to 10 days, it's probably time to do something about it, because at that point, most pains won't resolve on their own. It's been a day or two, maybe it'll resolve on its own. But by the time we get to a week, 10 days, things probably aren't looking very great for self-resolution. So, a pain older than 7 to 10 days would probably be a good one to start seeking treatment for, and acupuncture is typically a really good treatment solution for pain management of all different etiologies. For enhancement of organ function, so the most popular interpretation of that is, of course, for fertility enhancement. But if you have any organ that you feel is suboptimal, an acupuncturist can target more blood flow to that organ or organ system to enhance, let's say, digestion or relaxation or detox. If you know your kidneys or liver aren't working that great, we could target giving more energy to the kidney and liver systems to help with detox. So if you want a more natural approach and you want to feel better after you visit your health practitioner, I suggest you give acupuncture a try. If you're curious, please book a free consultation, or if you know that acupuncture is probably a good option for you, go ahead and book an initial treatment, and I would love to see you. I invite you to ask any questions in the comments below, or go ahead and contact me at my office. I love talking to people, and I love explaining all the great things that acupuncture can do for people. Once again, my name is Dorothy Peng, and I look forward, hopefully, to seeing you soon. Bye for now.